There have been a lot of games so far this generation that I've played and I've liked and I've enjoyed, but I will say that there haven't been many that have screamed we're in a new generation like there have been in the past. And here's an idea, here's something that's happening right now that I think demonstrates that when you think about it in the way that I do. So there are two games right now tied for the highest rated games this generation, folks, the one we're in right now. And both of those games are remakes from the GameCube generation. Think about that for a second. Not new games designed for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. Not new ideas, not new worlds, not anything brand new. We are taking ideas from previous generations ago, multiple generations ago, and remaking them. Now you're going to say, well, it's a remake, it's a brand new engine, everything looks so much better. I'm not discounting that, and I think Resident Evil 4 is going to be fantastic. I'm buying it. Metroid Prime Remake was absolutely phenomenal. I own it. Amazing, amazing games. But they're games that released a long time ago. There isn't any extra work into designing the characters or the stories. All of that's already been done. Essentially what we're doing is, in Metroid Prime Remake's case, making it prettier, and in Resident Evil 4 Remake's case, completely redoing the entire graphics engine to bring it up to modern standards. Think about this one. The big selling point in both of these titles is that you can use both analog sticks to control the camera now, which you couldn't do on the GameCube with both of these games. Is that enough to really say that these are better or the best rated games so far in the generation that we're in? Now, let me be clear. I want to stress again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy both of these games and play both of these games and absolutely love both of these games, but I think about games like Hogwarts Legacy, brand new game, and the care and the level of detail in that game. Is Metroid Prime Remake and Resident Evil 4 Remake really better than that brand new experience? How much of nostalgia is being used to drive a lot of the worship and the review scores around these games? You see, when Metroid Prime first released, it was the first time taking a 2D game and translating it to 3D. It was a huge event, and it led to the pomp and the circumstance and a lot of the praise that that game got back in the day. The same thing with Resident Evil 4. When it released, it popularized that over-the-shoulder third-person action-oriented style in Resident Evil that played a lot into the hero worship and the high review scores that that game got. Now, both games surely had great gameplay, and they were great games in their own right. I'm not taking away from that, but I'm saying there's a lot of things that added into those scores back then that I think are carrying forward today. Are these really the best rated games this generation so far? And if they are, what does that say about the content, the developers, and the creative process behind new experiences so far this generation? I found it interesting. The two games from the GameCube generation, the little purple lunchbox that no one wanted, had two of the best games arguably that generation, and now in 2023, in this brand new generation, both of those games are tied for the highest rated games so far this generation. Different control schemes, a new 3D camera, new graphics, but essentially the same games, the same characters, and the same stories. And I'm not sure that bodes well for creatives so far in this brand new generation. Now, of course, it's early. There are more games to come in the future. I just found it interesting to think about this. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Of course, I'll be picking up Resident Evil 4 and playing it. Can't wait to play it. But I thought it was interesting that that GameCube generation gave birth to two games that we're talking about in 2023 as the best that this generation has to offer. Let me know what you think again in the comment section below. Think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.